the guy still was renting out for another year. So I took out that $100,000 and I bought 2 more properties. Right? I leveraged, hey, I'm going from a smaller house to another house, and I bought another house at 100% financing. This is why the subprime market was crazy back then, right? Because they're giving me houses at 0 money down, and I didn't graduate high school, guys. I was barely filling out how to, trying to figure this out myself, okay? So I'm over here going, hey, buy another house, let's try to repeat the process that I got myself into by accident, right? Second house, same thing kind of happened. Hey, you know what? Can we rent back? Shoot. Buy another house, buy another house. So I was still renting for 3 years with my roommate, and I'm sitting on like $200,000 and $200,000 in equity, okay? You gotta leverage these programs if you guys can leverage these programs. Don't worry about saving up 20%. That stuff is the old school way of buying houses back in the 90s and 80s, right? Maybe, I don't know about the 90s. Huh? You've been around a little bit longer than me.
Yeah. A little bit.
So 20% down was a norm in the 80s, right? Now you got the 100% financing available right now, okay? Now, with that being said, I know subprime, they were giving everybody a loan back in the day at 620 FICO scores. Where are our FICO scores at now?
So now we have, well, for Cal Haffa, we're at a 640 FICO. But on my own product, I'm a 600 FICO. So there's different ways to do it. Cal Haffa, well, going back to how you were talking right now, the way I would sell these, what I tell everybody, and I can prove it, I can back this up. I tell everybody, okay, you're going to buy a house. And how much you going to put down for a down payment? Let's say you're buying a $500,000 house. You're putting your down payment and your closing costs. So about what, 50, 60 grand? Right? 50, 60 grand, you got to come out of pocket. Does that give you any equity? No. That gives you nothing. Right off the bat, you don't have any equity. You don't have anything. You're at that payment, you're down 50, 60 grand. And I tell them, my best friend, he was in the same spot. I tell him, well, are you stupid? What are you doing? Go with me. I'll give you a 100% DPA program. No money out of your pocket. Save your money. You're tight. You don't want to spend money. Save it. Use my money. Why would you use your money? Gamble with the house money, not your money. He did. Got into the house. No money down. Actually, he got his EMD back because he had too much money into the house. They were giving him the DPA, seller credit. So he got his EMD back. Great, right? What does he do? About 2 years later, I give him a call. Hey, Brian, how you doing, man? Oh, yeah, everything's great. Hey, how's the house? Great. You know what? Rates came down. You have equity. Let's refinance that house. Let's get you down to 1 payment. Yeah? Why not? Why would you keep on making 2 payments? You got the house. You got equity. You got over $200,000. Let's go. Cool. He does it. What happens? House starts growing in equity. The longer you keep it, the more it's going to grow in equity. Right now, I think that house in West Covina is worth about, he bought it for, I think, $300,000. It's worth about $1 million something right now.
Gotcha. Dang. Well,
why use your money?
If you guys all could went back in time right now and bought a house 10 years ago, raise your hands if you would have bought a house 10 years ago, right? The value has went up $500,000 in the last couple years, right? If you guys are renting right now, I tell all the clients, I go, look, man, this is what I'm very passionate about getting everyone from tenant to home ownership, right? Why? Because this is what happens when you buy a house. One, I believe that every adult should have their own home. Okay, you shouldn't be renting and have someone else dictate when they can kick you out. Every child should have their own room. Okay, everyone needs to have their own little privacy. Children need to grow, right? And then every family needs to have a retirement plan. You accomplish all that with home ownership. I'm helping a client right now. They've owned the house for the last 40 years. The house is free and clear. The guy never worked at a company that has a pension or 401k. He's on straight Social Security. They were selling his house. He's getting about $850,000 net from that property. He's going to go ahead and purchase another property. If he never purchased that home, right, and he's over here at 75 years old, there was no retirement plan for him. He is done. He is finito, right? Now his doctor bills are starting to add up right now. Some of us know about life insurance. Some know about living benefits, all that kind of stuff. Everyone has those other vehicles in place, right? But as those costs are starting to incur, he has to sell that property. Now he's buying another property, free and clear. With that money, it's going to be like a small balance, but the daughter's going to be moving in with him. and she's gonna assume that balance and take over the property. She's smart, right? Because you don't want a nurse or one of these nursing people to start living in with your parents when they're old and they own a house, because I've seen this game too, where they, next thing you know, it's Sancha.
Oh, absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
And the dad is signing over the house and everything to the nurse, right? Because why? The nurse is taking care of your dad or your mom, and next thing you know, stuff goes bad, and then the kids are going, hey, we're going to get that house in Huntington Beach. Nuh-uh, sorry. You weren't wiping no diapers or nothing, changing diapers for me, right? So you guys, I believe that everyone has to have a plan, right, on moving forward from being a tenant to being a homeowner, okay? I tell my clients, I don't have to sell you on anything. Rates are high. Who cares about interest rates? Can you afford the monthly mortgage payment, right? Interest rates are high. You know what happens at the end of the year? You got more interest to write off. That's how I look at that right now. Rates have been around 7% for the last...
You know what? I have an issue with rates are high. These rates you're seeing are nothing. When I got in the business, B of A was at 19.5%. Adjustable. Adjustable. And guess what? That was a great rate. 7%? Are you kidding me? Get in the house. What are you waiting for? Get your client in there. Why are you waiting? Why? What's holding you back? You're afraid? You might lose your job? Get a roommate. You're going to build equity. This is long-term money. A lot of people look short-term. My son is 21. Just got out of the Army. What's his plan? He's home right now. He's going to become a cop. So when are you getting out of my house? I want you out already. He goes, let me save a little and get a little more time underneath. I need 2 years at the job. Okay, then what? Then you're going to help me get a house with your DPA. Shit, okay. He got me. Everything I've been telling him for years, that's his plan. So by the time he's 25, he'll have 2 homes. By the time he's 30, he'll have 4. By the time he's 50, he's retired, he's living on a beach. Don't you want to do that? Don't you want that for your clients? That's the dream. That's the sale point. That's how you say, what are you waiting for? You think it's going to get cheaper? You marry the house. You date the rate. Rates come up and down, up and down. As soon as it comes down, guess what? Hey, let's refi. Let's go. You date the rate.
So I bought a house about 2 years ago when the market was starting to soften up. I bought a ranch up here in Canyon Country, 3.5 acres. I bought it at 8% rate. Okay. Nobody was buying any houses at the time because rates had just went from 5.5%. It looked like overnight they just went up from 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, and everyone is scared. All the buyers, we had a whole bunch of escrows canceled because people, just because you get into escrow, you can't lock your interest rate until you guys have an approval, get the appraisal. So anything can happen in those 2-3 weeks, right? Boom, we have a bunch of cancellation. That's not just for our office. It's like offices all over the place. They were just houses back on the market, houses back on the market. Okay. Right, I bought that property for $720, almost 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years in August. 8% rate. Rates have dropped a little bit. Okay, I'm able to refinance right now, save myself about $1,500 a month off the mortgage payment after 2 years of owning that property. Okay. Okay, now check this out. This is what happens. People always ask me, hey, is this the best time to buy, right? Like, is the rates are crazy? I don't care about when the rates are 8, 10, 12, 19. It's dollar cost averaging. I'm going to keep buying houses no matter what. Now, follow when I say this, right? Because if you were to keep that same house for 30 years, is it paid off, or are you still own a mortgage? It's paid off, right? So after 30 years, no matter what, if it's at an 8%, 7%, 20%, and you can afford the monthly mortgage payment, you're still going to pay it off in those 30 years, right? Okay, cool. We fast forward 2 years later, rates have gone down a little bit. I can save that $1,500, right? That's an awesome savings for me because we're all trying to save some money, right? That house now for my next project, my next house I want to buy, etc. Now, what did I say? I bought the house for $720 right now, right? 2 weeks ago, I got offered $1.5 million for that ranch. That's 2 years. Why? Because rates have dropped a little bit. The consumer knows that the rates are staying where they're staying right now. They kind of like, the first class that were helping out 2 years ago that were, I'm used to the 4%, the 3%ers, the 5%, those guys are gone now. Because they're still wishful thinking that those rates are going to come back. Those rates, that was a once in a time opportunity because of COVID. okay? Rates may come down, yes, they're maybe coming down to 4.5%, 5%. We've been talking about this over and over. The news talks about it, MSNBC, all the business channels talk about, hey, we want the rates. You got Trump trying to punk Powell, right, to lower the rates, right? Because we know that if the rates go down, what happens to the house market? Basic economics, right? If the rates go down, what goes up to the house? Boom. Now, if they're offering me 1.5 for that ranch already, what's going to happen when that rate goes down to 4 or 5%? I might get 2. How long was I having that property? Maybe 3 years? I might just cash out $1 million. And I bought it because everybody else was scared to buy. Do you understand what I'm saying? You guys got to overcome that fear. Make the financial discipline. I've Doge myself. I don't know if you guys have been hearing about Doge, right? You know, the government efficiency stuff, right? So I've been going back on all my cars. I was looking at all my debit stuff and everything that was on automatic payments, right? So I started canceling stuff. And I said, hey, I'm gonna do what the government's doing. I'm gonna take a look at what I'm spending money on, and I'm gonna start cutting out the fat. Okay? I have my friends ask me all the time, hey, you guys want to have drinks? You want to go have sushi? Man, my sushi bill was getting up to like $600 on a lunch break. Okay? Times that by 10. You know our sushi. Like, you know, we go all out, guys, because we have other agents and everything, and it becomes a wild time, right? So right now, I've trained my kids. We go out to restaurants, boom, sorry kids, get water. We're all drinking water, right? Because you know how much is water right now, and sodas right now when you go to dinner, right? Call me a cheapskate. I don't care what you guys want to call me. Call me what you want. But you know what? I'm saving money, and I'm looking for the next property to buy. I'm not going to be spending money on liquor on dinner and buying desserts. I tell my kids, you get home, I got ice cream. Don't worry, I got Thrifties right there. I got 2 for $5 just on Albertsons, all right, guys? So if you guys don't get to sell, I'll let you guys know, okay? But hey, I'm very frugal because I already went up. I bought a lot of houses when I was being naive with all these programs. Lost everything during the 2008 market crash. Had to file bankruptcy, foreclosure, divorce. I've already been through everybody's nightmares, okay? So that's why when I talk to my clients, I can help you guys navigate what kind of current situations you may be in right now, okay? You don't like your spouse? Get another one, okay? You don't like your house that you're living in? Get another one, okay? I'm here to help you guys out, okay? And I've been in many situations right now. I'm dealing with 6 divorces right now, and it's all good. They all got married during COVID. Now they're all getting divorced now because there's equity in the house, okay? It happens, okay? Right now, Thomas, what can we tell these guys right now to get them motivated to buy a house in today's market, right? Because when these rates do drop,
when these rates drop, right now you got a house, let's say 500,000, right? And it's kind of sitting on the market because the rates are what, 7-8%. Maybe they want to go a different loan program. Maybe it's 9%. No, I can't. When those rates drop, that $300,000 house is going to be $800,000 like that with multiple offers. Like that.
Now, I understand that there's people marching in the street about housing affordability, right? We're all upset about rent going up, right? But this is a capitalist society, guys. If you guys own a bunch of rental properties, wouldn't you want to be asking your tenants to pay $100 more every single year too, so